All right, this is the January 8th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. A lot to talk about today with the chance for some light freezing rain and drizzle. I'll get into that in just a second. There's the radar early this morning, cutting the video just after 6 a.m. Nothing reaching the ground yet in North Carolina, but you look west of us, this is actually pretty impressive looking when you look there through the areas of Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. But the main low pressure is down here in Louisiana, and that's where the highest amount of precipitation will get shunted, is down here toward the Gulf of Mexico. More on all that in just a second. This has been an amazing stretch of cold air for many spots in North Carolina. The longest sub-freezing streak of consecutive hours below freezing, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Longest sub-freezing stretch of weather on record. Still confirming those records, but it looks like Raleigh and Greensboro probably got that record. Very impressive. And so I had a chance yesterday to head up to Looking Glass Falls and some of the other waterfalls there in western North Carolina. Really a unique scene to see the waterfalls and the rivers and the streams largely frozen over. What an amazing sight that is. Again, that's a powerful waterfall if you're not familiar with it. Really amazing to see that. And I had a chance to head up there with one of my daughters. And, I mean, there you go, walking on the frozen river at the base of the waterfall. What a unique experience that was. And there's sliding rock, same deal there. If you are familiar with that particular attraction, that's a big waterfall cascading down a rock normally that people can slide down during the warm months, and it's almost completely frozen over. Very, very impressive. All right, there's your Greensboro Tower camera this morning. Cold and dry, 19, with the dew point down at 2. Charlotte, Dowd YMCA camera, same deal, cold and dry, temperature 22 with the dew point at 8. There's your temperatures across the region during the 6 a.m. hour. It's cold. It's also dry. There's the dew points. And that dry dew point temperature will play a role. It will first of all evaporate some of the precipitation as it pulls on into the region, but it also will serve to cool the air mass down. As precipitation falls into that dry air, evaporation is a cooling process, and so you'll get some evaporational cooling. And here's the deal today. There's just not going to be a lot of precipitation make it east of the mountains. And temperatures may actually be a bit above freezing as some of that precipitation arrives, but the ground is frozen solid. And so even though it's kind of a unique situation where even if temperatures are just a little bit above freezing, you might have a glazing of ice on some elevated surfaces due to the ground being frozen. Pretty unique here for North Carolina. There's Futurecast, not a lot of precipitation. North American model, same deal, not a whole lot there. But again, even if you get a little freezing drizzle or freezing mist, could cause some glazing of icing on some elevated surfaces. There's Futurecast, not a lot of precipitation. European isn't terribly excited either. This is not an ice storm. Don't get that impression at all. Nothing like that. We're talking some slick spots developing with a glazing of ice on elevated surfaces. Same deal around the Charlotte metro and the Charlotte viewing area as a whole. So there's what we'll go with for highs. And if precipitation were to set in a little bit quicker, some of these numbers could be too warm, but that's the basic idea. And then lows tonight look like that. All right, warmer air tomorrow. A lot of people have been waiting warmer air. Tuesday will be a warmer day. How about some 50s for highs? That'll feel good. Wednesday, a wedge sets up. So clouds, can't rule out a little bit of light rain. Northeasterly flows. That's going to mean some cooler temperatures again. There's our Wednesday highs. And then we wrap up the work week Thursday and Friday with some shower chances. A lot of clouds Thursday and Friday both, with some opportunities for rain at times as we head on through the latter stages of the work week. And it now looks like we'll get a pretty good shot of cold air back in place by later in the weekend into early next week. Maybe some of us with highs in the Piedmont in the 30s again. Maybe some of us with Piedmont highs there, getting back well below average as we get into early next week. All right, keep pushing the wrong button here. Let me try this one more time. All right, here we go. A couple other models here before I wrap up the video. This is the European model this afternoon, showing you that precipitation rolling in. And there you go into the evening hours. The GFS, there's what it looks like early this afternoon and then into this evening. And finally, the NAM 3-kilometer. Not, again, terribly impressed with amounts of precipitation at all, but you get the idea. Again, any of that light drizzle or freezing, or rain rather, could freeze on contact with the ground. So that's something we're watching as we get deeper into the day. All right, that is it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.